Hi, this is Cockatude, Cockatoos with Attitude. And today we're going to talk about those internet people who keep telling you things that you should verify. Right, Salamander? Always verify. Yeah, just recently I had a comment where someone was talking about putting something on a bird's feet. I won't even say what, but this idea was spawned by an internet, what would you call it? Someone on YouTube who makes videos, okay? There's a lot of people out there, like me, that make videos for YouTube talking about birds. Many of them have absolutely no certification in what they're talking about. Okay, I will tell you, I am certified twice. I am certified by Dr. Susan Friedman in her LLA. Actually, twice there, because I took the LLA and the LLP courses. And I'm also certified by Dr. Jennifer Zelligs. And these are specifically in behaviorism, okay? And in working with birds, training birds, that kind of thing. If you hear me talking about a medical condition or what you should do with your birds, and it doesn't have to do with behaviorism, then you best be looking for my resources. Where am I quoting from? And call me out. If I say something like, you should do this in this particular case when your bird is having a physical problem, and I don't mention a vet, call me out on it, okay? Because if you've got a physical problem, yes, you may have to do first aid, but as Dr. Burkett says, out in Virginia, first aid is first aid. After that, what do? You go to the vet. Pippa? Right, Pip, 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 Pippa. Yeah. So if you have a problem, say your bird cuts the foot, you do the first aid, then you take them to the vet, okay? Take them to the vet. We don't need to eat that, do we? No. That's a place where I put my phone. Yeah. But you don't need to sit on it. You're going to sit on my phone rack. Okay. That's a little odd, don't you think there, Jazz? Where you going? What you doing? What you doing, Jazz? So what I mentioned to this individual who was talking about some person on YouTube that puts something on their bird's feet, which is definitely not recommended by veterinarians. And what I told them was that they have 3 layers of skin. That's right, only 3 layers of skin. So what can happen if you put something on their skin? It can go right into their bloodstream. So if you're putting some kind of oil or some other thing that's not recommended by a vet, you could cause your bird to die or get sick because that can go into their bloodstream. Our skin is 7 layers thick, theirs is 3, and in some places, that skin is only 3 cells deep. So imagine that, 3 cells deep. That's not very deep, okay? So that's part of the problem. So I have said in the past, you should get some basic books. You need the Basava Manual for Citizen Birds, the Manual of Parrot Behavior is another important book that you should have. Now you can also get clinical avian medicine. There is a section in there that is absolutely useless. And that section is on homeopathy. Homeopathy is bunk. It's been disproven so many times. I don't know why people keep spending money. Australia, they've debunked it 3 times. How many times you have to debunk a failed, pre-scientific waste of time? But all the surgical issues and that kind of thing in the book are excellent. There's plenty of pictures, lots of descriptions of diseases. Keep in mind, though, that if you do get clinical avian medicine, that deals with everything, every kind of bird, from robins to hornbills to parrots to you name it. So it is helpful, but be aware that it is not specific. And I've said before that I've heard people on Facebook saying things. Now, I didn't really hear them. They posted things about how to treat situations that were erroneous. And one of them was talking about putting something on feathers that would actually not help at all and possibly hurt. But the thing is, the bird had a liver problem, which was obvious from the condition of the feathers, little brown spots on the feathers, and someone was trying to get them to do a natural cure. So believe extremely little of what you hear on the internet, okay? And check my references too. I could be wrong. I try to do everything I can to be correct, which is probably why our channel is not as popular as some of the ones that just get sensational. But the point is, we're looking to give you valid information, but you need to corroborate it. You need to get references. You need to check things. And if you're searching on the web, trying to find answers, I suggest that you put DVM after whatever you're searching for. So if you were looking for something like bumblefoot, put bumblefoot, DVM. Or you're looking for something like renal shunt, put renal shunt, DVM. And then double check the information you get. And I'm not saying to double check to be pedantic. I'm saying double check because you have precious lives in your hands. You don't need to mess with Pippa. If you get her started, she will not stop. She won't, Lorelei. Okay, I'm using my hand just to redirect Lorelei here. And the reason is she tries to start issues with Pippa. And Pippa's gotten so good at not getting into fights. But when she does get in a fight, she will not stop. So we try not to get her aggravated, Lorelei, okay? So guys, just take my word on this. Trust no one. Look to the experts. Even double check them. But when you have to make a choice, go with your avian vet over everything else. Now, you can believe me for the most part on behavioral issues because I am certified. Okay, actually 3 times certified, but I'm certified. But still, even then, check it out. Look at the reference books that I talk about. You would think that it's a pandemic. You'd think people would actually not be driving by every 10 seconds. The first time we had a lockdown in California, they actually stuck to that. But this is a Sunday, okay, when I'm recording this. And there are people driving by like it's a normal day. I'll tell you. But anyway, use what you hear from anyone as a starting point. Okay, to go out and do more research. Now, if you're in a hurry, then it's avian vet, avian vet, avian vet. Now, those of you who don't have an avian vet close, you have to establish a good relationship with a vet who can also talk to an avian vet and get information, okay? So you can start a chain like that so that your vet talks to the avian vet and gets clues. That's not going to be great in some situations, right? It's right. It's not going to be great in some situations, right, Sal? But it's the best you've got. It's what you're going to have to do. Want to get down there, Sal? Okay. Yeah, big boy. Big boy. So I hope this little video gets you thinking, okay? Not to just believe what every Tom, Joe, and Harry on the internet says. And as I like to tell people when they say, well, she's had birds for 20 years, I'd say, I've been driving a car for 40 years. That doesn't make me an auto mechanic. What makes me an auto mechanic? My light duty auto mechanic certification and the classes I took in it, okay? And what makes me good with birds? Well, it's not just having them here and working with them. It's all the study and training I've done, okay? It's not magic. Behaviorism is not magic. And even if I do have a special affinity with birds, which I probably do, that doesn't make a difference if I don't have the training, okay? You guys, there are enough of you on my lap right now. Look at this. This is crazy. All right, guys. Thanks for watching and listening to me complain. I appreciate your confidence in me and your support. So that's it for this time, and we'll see you next time.
Science knowledge only adds to the excitement, the mystery, and the awe of a flower.
Evidence is evidence. It's public. Everybody can look at the evidence and assess it, and eventually, if there's enough evidence, come to the same conclusion.
Of the Chloe Sanctuary for Parrots and Cockatoos, a nonprofit charity dedicated to the empowerment of captive parrots and public awareness.
They want us to wake up.